Welcome aboard the 1119 Northern Ireland Railway service from Coleraine to Belfast, where next stop, Ballymoney, is the subject of this latest episode of Forgotten Town.
Ballymoney, County Antrim, population 10,393, rank number 908.
Just touched in Ballymoney, heading up from the station towards the middle of town. To anyone wishing to avoid knowing how Season 9 will end, look away now. Before flying back to the mainland, we'll have a good look around here, then move on to Ballymena, and finally Ballyclare. That may initially seem like something of an etymological coincidence, but when one learns that Bally means townland, the standard smaller administrative subdivision here in Ireland, its ubiquity in place names becomes perhaps less surprising.
The balliness of it all makes it all seem so bally.
I'm going to pause in the Joey Dunlop Memorial Garden. If you are, unlike me, a keen follower of motorcycle racing, then Mr. Dunlop will need no introduction. But here, where we find a statue of him with his two-wheeled conveyance, we read that this favoured son of the town won a record 26 races at the Isle of Man TT before dying in an accident whilst competing in 2000. Joey's bar outside the station is also named in his honour, with a large accompanying mural. Although whether his Manx racing links justified this town being twinned with Douglas on the island, a mere 100 miles away as the crow flies, has not been recorded anywhere I've bothered to track down. Rather sorry sight of a huge post-war concrete building. Not depressing in itself, if you like a bit of brutalism, but the fact that it's absolutely boarded up. And according to the map, it was the Northern Regional College. Around the corner, there's the Ballymoney Music Centre. And again, completely boarded up. So they don't have children here anymore, and they don't have music. What's left? The scene on Victoria Street is perhaps one of slight neglect. Although shops on one side seem uniformly to be shut. It is Monday, so it's possible they've gone all French, but I think it's unlikely. You find an information panel outside Granada House. It tells us the earliest municipal government of the town of Ballymoney was the town commissioners, who were first elected to office in 1845. By 1950, new offices were needed for the Rural District Council, and Riada House was opened. It remains the centre of government for this region and reflects the traditional, fair and balanced elected representation of North Antrim. Possibly a moot point. Anyway, Jim Allister's constituency office as Jim stood in front of the Union flag. He is, of course, the traditional Unionist voice, member of UK Parliament. He's only elected in July. Slogan emblazoned over the window. Nothing that is morally wrong can be politically right. I have nipped into one of the town's larger stores, Tesco, which is most definitely open and indeed quite busy. So whilst I queue to pay for my fizzy pop from local favourites, Mains, I've time to run you past a few other bits and pieces. At the turn of the 17th century, this area was settled by Scots Presbyterians, many of whom, out of step with the established church, left a century later for New England, and were perhaps instrumental in fomenting subsequent revolution and independence there. Maybe this was reflected back here in the popularity of the Society of United Irishmen. Further radicalism came in the form of a push for tenants' rights in the 19th century and subsequent dissent against the self-appointed leaders of wider unionism. So, subsequent representation here by Ian Paisleys, senior and junior, and now the ditching of the latter in favour of the TUV is perhaps only a continuation of this disaffection.
Club card accepted.
Let me take you round, 'cause I'm going to
Ballymena, County Antrim.